commercial, me and LaToya were talking. Her glam squad came out and glammed her up. I was telling her she looks fabulous. 53. We can Wikipedia it. She doesn't keep her secret. Fabulous. And I was telling her what I've talked to you guys about here on Hot Topics. Little Kim has morphed into your look. the rapper Little Kim. Yes. And that's you're very beautiful though.
That's so funny. It's so funny because about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my sister Jan was telling me, Janet said, you know, Little Kim is trying to look identical to you. I go, oh, are you sure? She goes, yeah. She goes, that's the whole little talk in Atlanta and the whole bit. So that was like 4 years ago.
Well, mission accomplished, Kim.
She's adorable. She's adorable.
Yes, and you're adorable. And let me just say something about your adorableness. So when I found out that, you know, on Celebrity Apprentice that, you know, there were certain people that weren't getting along with you at one particular point, I'm like, what devil doesn't get along with LaToya Jackson? LaToya Jackson, because you're like a bunny rabbit to me. You're like, isn't she, you guys? Just like, she couldn't hurt a soul. You don't raise, in my mind.
Yeah.
Although still waters usually run deep.
No, but you're right. It takes a lot, and I still don't, because I've learned to have endurance and be patient with people, and I learned that from my brother, because he always said that, you know, just be yourself and be kind. By nature, you're a great person. Don't let other people incite you, and that's what I didn't allow to happen on this show, although people tried.
Well, you know, in a past life of yours, back in the 80s, you were married to that horrible man.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
You guys, do you remember the word on the street was that it's not that she loved him, it's that you wanted to get away from your father. It was 1989. Tell the story.
Yeah, it was 1989, but it wasn't necessarily true, because basically what happened was that I had to go to Japan, and my mother couldn't come, who traveled with me. My father couldn't come, so my father sent him. At that point, he took my passport, everything, and never allowed me to come back to my family. Right away, he just took me away and said, no, you're not going back. And see, at that time, I was extremely religious. We were Jehovah's Witnesses, so I thought everybody was sweet and kind, and when they said something, they meant it. I didn't know that the world was so conniving. Yes, absolutely. And that's what you learn when you grow up Jehovah's Witness. I didn't associate with the world. I was very sheltered, and at the same time, I didn't know what people were really like because I only associated with Jehovah's Witnesses, so that was really a shock to me.
So now you stayed married to him for how long?
I wasn't married by choice. It was a forced marriage.
A forced marriage.
Yes. Too long, let's put it that way. And when I finally got away, that's when I got a divorce immediately.
It was after, because we read in the newspapers, you guys had an apartment here in New York at one point. He was knocking you around, something awful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You'll hear more about that. Yes, a lot of abuse.
When will we hear about that?
Beating me constantly.
Beating you constantly.
Yeah, constantly. And it's, so this is a whole new world for me. It's like starting over, because now I could be me and I could do what I want to do, which is very different for me. I've never had that opportunity, really.
Are you writing a book to talk about this? Because you said you'll be hearing about that.
Well, no, you know, I'm really for women who are being abused and things of that nature. I think it's so important for us to speak out and say something, because we've been beaten and hit a lot of times. And thank you. But it's important for women to know one time is one too many. If he hits you once, I promise you he'll do it again. So please walk away. Please.
During that time, because I could only imagine, I only have one sister, but if I had, you know, a bunch of sisters to choose from, a sister for every occasion, was there a sister that you called during that time?
That's a long story. No, because I wasn't allowed to use the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about your love life now? Because you're like a bunny rabbit. I think you should be married to a count who's very wealthy, who has a booty full of diamonds and gold for you. Honestly, like you're like a bunny rabbit.
Okay. No, there's no one in my life.
You're not dating?
There's no one. Do you have someone in mind? No, I'm just...
Wait, hold that thought. Okay.
I don't look for anybody, but if it happens, it's going to happen, correct? Because I'm not the kind of girl that'll go to a club or something and looking for a guy, or I don't do that.
Wait, hold that thought. Something very extraordinary has just happened. We want LaToya to stay, because I am not finished with my conversation, right, you guys? Oh. Are we okay? All right, good. More talk with LaToya after a quick break.